Well, good morning, and what a morning to be at LAU. What an incredible event so far. You guys are the believers, you're the optimists, you're the inspirers, you're the creators. And anyone who has doubts about Lebanon's future should come down to this hall today and listen to you. You're fantastic. Thank you. And I should say, I already mentioned my complicated schedule. You know, with all the events going on around this region at the moment, we debated, was it right for me to come down this morning and join you? Was it safe? And let me tell you that there's no other room in Beirut that I'd rather be in today. And if you're thinking about killing me, please wait until the end of the talk. A bit messy down here and so on. So please be patient, unless the talk is awful, in which case kill me very quickly. It's great to be at LAU. I'm from a family of teachers, so education is in my DNA. But I'm a black sheep. I'm a diplomat. I went into diplomacy. And today, I want to talk to you about why I hope you also will be diplomats, why you'll go into diplomacy. And I don't mean the diplomacy of the fancy car, of calling yourself Your Excellency, of driving around in a big convoy and so on. I mean citizen diplomacy. I believe in the power of politics. I believe in the power of community. I believe in the power of ideas. I believe in the power of individuals. That's why I'm in diplomacy. Diplomacy brings all that together, just as TED does. But I also believe in the power of social media to change Lebanon for the better. Now, I'm on a journey myself with social media, as we all are. 2 years ago, I hadn't got any clue. And my family think it's hilarious that I should be talking to anyone about technology or innovation. And I started out 2 years ago using Twitter in particular for information management, to try to learn more about what was going on here, what was going on around me. And then I found a new phase, which was to try to use Twitter to engage. I got excited by the fact that all of a sudden I could interact with people outside my bubble, outside my room, outside the, what's the polite word for it? The elites and the zaims with whom I spend my time. But now, what really excites me about social media is the power it has to mobilize. And I believe that social media will change Lebanon, will change this region for the better. I believe that all of us across the Middle East are looking for security, justice, and opportunity. My job as a diplomat is to try and help us to get to security, justice, and opportunity without going through bloodshed. And I believe that's a job for all of us to take on. So why am I here in Lebanon doing that job? Well, it's partly because I love my new shape. I must admit. It's also because now that I've got a 1-year-old, my family has its own military wing, so I feel like it fits in quite well. But most of all, it's because I believe this, where we are here, in Lebanon, in Beirut, in LAU today, this is the front line for coexistence. If we can show that we can coexist here, in this room, in Beirut, in Lebanon, and across the region, we can show we can coexist anywhere in the world. And if we fail to show that, if we lose that battle, then we will also lose it in Manchester, in Birmingham, in Madrid, in Paris, and in London. This is the front line. And my business, diplomacy, has been completely transformed by social media, by innovation. You know, the most powerful weapon in the Middle East, it's not sarin gas. It's not Iran's nuclear weapon. It's not Israel's weapons. The most powerful weapon in the Middle East is your smartphone. You know, people say that you can ban the iPhone, but the reality is that my freedom will always get through in the end. And that transforms the business of diplomacy. It's always been Darwinian. We had to change and evolve as diplomats when the electricity was invented or sea routes opened up. We've always had to change. We have to evolve or we die. And now we have to evolve and show that we are fit enough and strong enough to survive in the age of the iPhone. Now what about Lebanon? Now I feel But as we stand here today, it's clear to all of us we're in a pretty dark tunnel. Things are pretty tough. People are anxious. But I'm buying shares in Lebanon 2020. And you're part of the reason I'm buying those shares. I have confidence in Lebanon 2020. I want to tell you why that is. People talk about 3 reasons why Lebanon is on its knees and can't succeed in the 21st century. And I hear this all the time on the dinner party circuit from the elites with whom I spend my time. People say, we're finished because of the brain drain. Our best people are going. Where's the hope? And I say the brain drain gives you the most extraordinary network in a century which will be run by networks. The 21st century will all be about your global reach. And the Lebanese have the best network in the world. They're the best networkers in the world. Other people say to me, we have no hope because of confessionalism. We're held back here. Because as soon as you arrive back in Beirut airport, you forget your Lebanese and you think, I'm Armenian or Druze or Sunni or Shia. I won't do all of them because just to make it inclusive. And I say, actually, that diversity is also an enormous strength because it gives you a huge resilience and an ability to do business, to survive on any continent. And the other thing people say is, we're finished, we're doomed because of our location. We're stuck here between a rock and a hard place, always destined to be buffeted by changes of civilizations and empires. But I say that as you look at the way power is moving now, from north and west to south and east, it flows through Beirut. You can make Beirut the hub of that power. And you can channel that power and use it to your advantage. So I ask you to have courage. I ask you to have the courage to be positive when so many around you are being negative. I ask you to have the courage to say, we will coexist, when there are others around you saying, you must be divided. And I ask you to have the courage to say, we're going to stick it out and fight for this country, when others are giving up on the idea of Lebanon. And your smartphone, I say it's your superpower. It's only a superpower if you use it well, like any superpower. You can use it to circulate cute pictures of fluffy dogs. You can use it to flirt with the very attractive lady in the back row there, or the very attractive guy in the second row here. You can do both those things, by all means. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But I think you should also use it to take your country back. And the way to do that is to start a conversation about the Lebanon 2020 that you know you deserve. What does that Lebanon look like? What transport plan do you need? What scientific innovation do you need? What education do you need? What governance structure do you need? What spirit do you need? And you can have that conversation between the different mountaintops. You're no longer constrained by geography. You know, people said that when Cicero spoke, people in the auditorium would say, yeah, that was a pretty good speech, great speech. But when Demosthenes spoke, they would say, let's march. And I think that's how we should see our social media interaction. We should be trying to make people march for a better Lebanon. We should be thinking always, what does my digital footprint, what will it say about me? My digital epitaph that I leave behind. I hope that my digital footprint will say that I was someone who was evangelical about the future of Lebanon. That I was someone who was furiously, fiercely proud to represent my country here. But also that I believed in positive change for this country and believed in your generation to take the reins and deliver that. People often say, what's the definition of Lebanese long-term thinking? I'll see you tomorrow. I don't believe that's the case. I believe that we can here think longer term. I do believe that we can seize tomorrow when we seize our smartphones. You know, everyone now can be a citizen journalist. All you have to do is take the phone out, take a photo, upload it. You're a journalist. What I'm asking you to do, I'm urging you to do, is to be a citizen diplomat. I'm asking you to get your phone out and use it to create a better Lebanon. The Lebanon that you know you deserve. The Lebanon that I pray we will see in the future. Please seize your smartphone and join me in citizen diplomacy. Thank you.